A Twitter user named Nabil Ishad has highlighted an issue of highly unwalkable train station in Kuala Lumpur and its surroundings. He said that the train stations are pretty inaccessible by walking. You might think that the mass transit should benefit the people with a low income, right? But why have I tell you that it is not really true? Kuala Lumpur and the surrounding Klang Valley has about 143 kilometers of rail transit system, and the expansion of mass transit is always been welcomed by the people of Kuala Lumpur, which have been choked by the red light street party every weekdays evening. Rail transit makes commuting less stressful in the term of fuel, parking costs, stress level, and most importantly, time. Where's my watch? But who benefited the most from all this rail system? If your answer is the people with a low income, like don't have their own cars or motorcycle, you are partially correct. But the rail is not primarily targeted for the low income people. It is for the upper class, rich people. T20 if you are Malaysian, easy to understand, like B40, M40 and T20. These people has the most benefit of the MRT, LRT, all the T's in Malaysia because they have T. Let me explain. This is the rail transit network in Kuala Lumpur and the surrounding Klang Valley, 143 kilometers and a few, quite a lot of stations by the way. And this is the location where the public housings are located, or in Malay call it Project Perumahan Rakyat or PPR. The existing public housing are poorly connected to the station, while the new ones just don't consider. Fuck it. And compare that with the existing shopping malls, and the new shopping malls like already finished recently or under construction. And malls nowadays are not just like shops, supermarkets and movie theaters. They are part of the current popular type of the development called mixed development. There are residentials, there are community centers, swimming pools, posh amenities, you name it. And the people with the current poverty line income of 2,208 ringgit below, like in the poverty line, need to work about 58 years without spending a single cent to afford this one blood-sucking residence towering above the city. Then who actually benefited from all these rail networks and mixed development? Rich people. They are the one who could afford to buy one of these residences. One unit can cost up to a few million ringgit, 1-2 million ringgit easy, where at the same time half of Malaysians are still earning 2,500 ringgit or less. And remember the earlier point where the traffic is notorious in Kuala Lumpur? Rail transit makes commuting less stressful in the term of fuel, parking costs, stress level, and most importantly, time. Thank you, man. Yeah. Okay. Rail transit development favors high-value mixed development which caters high-income people. Let's take a look at case study number 1, Cochrane Station. Cochrane Station well linked to nearby IKEA, My Town Shopping Mall and Sunway Velocity, common mixed-style development. But look at the public housing nearby in the northeast, PPR Perkasa. It is only about 100 meters from the station, yet there are no clear pathways, no roof, pedestrian path, nothing. It might be expected that people who live in the PPR Perkasa need to fly across the road to reach the station if they cannot cross the heavy traffic at Cochrane Road. Next, let's take a look at another example in Kerinci. So I like to ask you, how you call this station name? Take your time, I'm waiting. Originally, this station was called University Station of the University Malaya, of course. Then, there is a new mixed development built across the road nearby the station, and the company who developed until a new mixed development bought the right of the station name. Since then, the original, uncommercial, non-money-making station name was being pushed away to this brand new development name. Since KL Gateway developer has paid a sweet money of 3 million ringgit annually for the naming rights. But that is not only the special case of the naming rights system where the original name is pushed away for the commercial sake of purposes. There other station that has its name pushed back by the commercial naming rights in the map. Try to find it by yourself. Thus raises the question, while rail network favors a mixed development over public housing in terms of connectivity and location, there are two possible answers. Number one is the cost. Building rail transit system is not cheap. MRT Sungai Buloh Kajang line costs about 22 billion ringgit to build, whereas the LRT extension of both in Ampang, in Sri Petaling line and in Kelana Jaya line connect all the way to Putra Heights cost about 10 billion ringgit to construct, and all those expenses need to be guaranteed by the government because private companies think that this is not really worth it to construct by their own. And how do you think government gets back all the money spent on the rails? Taxes. Because the fare ticket alone is not enough to pay billions and billions and billions of ringgit spent on the rail project. Think about the property taxes, stamp duty, SST, corporate tax from the development. And these sources of income are impossible if the land along the rail transit are developed as a public housing. In fact, the government itself need to fork the money to pay for the maintenance for the public housing instead. It's an action that makes government lose money more. And reason number two is time. High income people are time sensitive. They value time. Where's my watch again? And always need to go to point A to point B in the fastest way possible. And since the traffic in KL is not on their side, so the professional and the businessman lobbied the government to build an efficient rail network system so they can spend less time on the road commuting and spend more time making money. And again, high income people paying income taxes, so giving money to the government. And since the high income people are really most beneficial way, is it the middle and lower class are not beneficial? The answer is no. It can be beneficial for everyone. With these two tips, big steps that you need to consider. The first one, bus system in Malaysia should be improved. Bus in Malaysia sucks. It is slow, it is inefficient, and long waiting time. You don't know where it come and when it went. It come best surprise like snap election. As if the bus need to wait for the wind direction to sail across the road. And the second way to improve the connectivity of the station is the pedestrian path. In Malaysia, pedestrian path is used for various purposes, such as an extra parking space for cars, shortcut for the motorcycle, and the place where the makcik and pakcik are selling nasi lemak and kuih in the morning and burgers on the night. Anything except for pedestrian walk, the original purposes of the wire bit. If there is one, often the roads in Malaysia are not built with a pedestrian path and crossing, which makes the crossing of the roads can be considered as part of the suicide mission or stunt action. So the conclusion is, do I need to say the conclusion? Rail network is mostly beneficial to the rich, pretty, and selective, and also beneficial to the people who find themselves lucky to live nearby enough to the rail station. As for the others, good luck moving around Kuala Lumpur without a car or motorcycle, or you just learn to fly.